Hey folks, welcome to Big Al's Eats. Getting ready to do a pork shoulder, fresh pork shoulder. Let me give you a little heads up. I brined this shoulder for about 24 hours. And what I did, I took a big stock pot here. I put equal parts of brown sugar and kosher salt. And for this one shoulder, I used about half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of kosher salt. And then you can add any other types of seasonings in there that you like. I used a little all-purpose seasoning also. It's a beef rub, so to speak. And like I say, you can make it your own. But what you need to start out with is equal parts brown sugar and kosher salt or sea salt, whatever. Mix those with about a gallon of water, put your meat in it, have it covered, and put it in the refrigerator and let it sit for at least 12 hours or overnight. So that's what I did on the brining. Now we're going to get to some seasoning, and I'm going to start out with a barbecue rub that I've used for many years, and we call it a rib rub, but it's a basic rub for pork, you know, that you want to do barbecue. It's going to add a real nice color to it. So I'm going to sprinkle out a layer on there. And they call it a rub, but when you put it on there, don't rub it in. All that's going to do is cake up, get on your hands. You'll have more on your hands than you have on the meat. Put a light layer on there, what you think you might need, and then let it sit a while. Just let it sit and sweat, and it'll come out really good. Next, I've got some smoked garlic powder. I'm going to add a layer of that to it. And this smoked garlic powder, this is something that I did. You take garlic powder, put it in a tin foil pan, and put it on a smoker. You're using coal smoke, and you can smoke your garlic, you can smoke your paprika, you can smoke cheese. And last item I'm going to put on is lemon pepper. This is going to add a nice little bite to it. Put a layer of that on there. I usually put it on pretty heavy because, you know, a lot of this is going to cook down as the fat in the shoulder renders down. A lot of the seasoning is going to come off. And what I want to do now, I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to season the skin side. I have a special deal that I'm going to do with this skin. And after the meat is done, I'm going to pull this skin off, scrape the fat off the back side of it, add some smoked salt to it, put it back on the grill over kind of high heat and let it bubble and crisp up. And then you're going to have you some fine pork rinds. So on the skin side, I just want to hit it with some smoked salt. That's all I'm going to do. And that's it. You can let it sit for a few minutes. I've got my Camp Chef pellet grill going and wait for it to come up to temperature. When it does, we'll come back and I'll show you how we put it on there. And we're going to probe this meat. We're going to cook it to an internal temperature somewhere between 175 and 180, and then we're going to wrap it and put it back on the cooker until it reaches the internal temperature of about 2 to 210 degrees. So let's wait on the grill to get ready. We'll put this pork shoulder on there and get it cooking. Looking somewhere around 6 hours. So y'all stay tuned. Okay, we've got this smoke tube lid. I'm just going to put it in here on this bottom shelf. It's going to bring some extra smoke in, and now I'm going to take the shoulder. I'm going to put it meat side up. Blow the fire out, shut the lid, and let it start smoking. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to put a probe in to reach the internal temperature of what am I looking for? About 175, 180. So let's put that probe in and get it inserted into the meat. I've got a meat probe here, and I've got a little window down here on the side. We'll open it back up, and I'm going to insert this temperature probe into the thickest part of the meat section there. So now all we got to do is just let this go for a couple hours, and then we'll check on it. Y'all stay tuned, and we'll show you what's going on halfway through. Let me tell y'all, we got some cowboy caviar, redneck caviar. We're getting ready to boil some peanuts. In the middle of cooking the pork shoulder, we got to have some peanuts for that ball game today. So let me tell you what I got. I've got some freshly frozen green peanuts. Took them right out of the ground, washed them a couple times, and vacuum packed them. And they look just as fresh as the day that they were picked. So first thing, let's get the top off of this pot here. I've got a pot, and I've got about 3 gallons of water in it, and my glasses are all fogged up from the steam. But I've got 1 1/4 cup of ice cream salt in about 3 gallons of water, something like that. And the water's boiling good, salted, water's boiling. And I got these peanuts. I'm just going to pour those in. I'm going to stir them around a little bit. Put the top on, and I'm going to let it boil. I'm going to let these peanuts boil for exactly 2 hours. At the end of 2 hours, I'm going to cut the heat off, and I'm going to let them soak in that briny, salty water for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I will pour them up off of the water and enjoy them. That's how easy it is to cook peanuts. Boiled peanuts from Southwest Georgia. Just a little something extra on the side, and gonna have chips and dip, boiled peanuts, and the grand finale, barbecue. Y'all stick around, we got some more things coming. Okay, we got about 30 minutes left on these peanuts. Let's take a look at them and see what they look like. Stir them around, make sure we got plenty of water. Oh yeah, them looking good. Nice looking peanuts. Let's let them go about 30 more minutes and they'll be done. Let's walk over and take a peek at that barbecue right over here. All right, we're cooking at 307 degrees. Internal temperature of 105. So you could say that we're halfway through cooking. Let's look and see what it looks like in there. Let's just check out that color. Oh yeah, it's coming along fine. Got a little sizzle. I'll shut that down real quick, because if you're looking, you ain't cooking. So we still got another hour or so on this. A couple of hours, it should be ready around 5. So we'll check the time on it later, check the temperature, and we'll get back with you. Hey, these peanuts are done. Boiled them for 2 hours. I brought the water to a boil. I took the peanuts, put them in the boiling water with 1 1/4 cup of ice cream salt. Boiled them 2 hours. After 2 hours, I cut the heat off, let them set on the burner, no heat, for 10 minutes. Actually, it's about 12 minutes. So 10, 12 minutes. And the reason for letting them soak like that is you've got that salty brine. When peanuts sit in a brine, that's when they absorb the most salt. They don't absorb that much salt while they're boiling. Boiling is cooking them, making the peanut tender. Soaking, they absorb that salty flavor that we all like in boiled peanuts. So, same recipe, same salt, same time limits every time. I got old Prego spaghetti sauce box, put a couple napkins in it. I'm gonna pour the peanuts in there and let them cool a little bit and taste them, see what they taste like. Let me go ahead and sit one to the side, let it be cooling. Go ahead and take all these up. Oop, drop one, but it's in a shell. We can pick it up and eat it. So I'm gonna get all these picked out, put on here, let them start cooling, and we'll come back, we'll give them a taste and let you know how they are. I'm sure they're gonna be good. Y'all stick around now. All right, here we are. We got the peanuts done, got them took up. There's steam still coming off of them. Those are some good looking peanuts right there. And like I say, these are last year's peanuts. I vacuum seal them in the food saver bags, put them in the freezer. That way they don't get any freezer burn on them. You take them out, run some water over them, get your water boiling over here on the side, run hot water over the peanuts in that vacuum seal bag, get them thawed out a little bit, throw them in there, boil them 2 hours with a cup and a quarter of salt, and then you wind up with the boiled peanuts. Cook them 2 hours, let them sit for 10 minutes with the heat off, not boiling. They will absorb the perfect amount of salt. Hey, don't get no better than that, y'all. They're perfect. Perfect peanuts. After they set a little bit, they'll get even better. So anyway, great recipe. Try it. They work every time. Okay, we still got the pork shoulder cooking over there on the Camp Chef grill. We're at 138 degrees internal temperature. When we get to probably somewhere between 160, 170, or 165, 170, I'm going to pull the shoulder off, wrap it in tin foil, put it back on the smoker, and let it go until it gets to about 200 internal temperature. Then we're going to take it off, put it in a cooler, let it rest for about an hour, if we have time. And then we're gonna chow down, have some barbecue sandwiches, some wonderful slaw, boiled peanuts. We got guacamole in the house, pico de gallo, freshly fried chips. Hey, don't get no better than that. Y'all come on over here to Red Bone. Let's get in. Everybody, y'all get in where you fit in. Y'all come see us now. The meat's still coming. We got another segment coming on the meat. Stick with us now. We're at 161 degrees internal temperature, and I said I was wanting to check this somewhere around 165. Let's go ahead and take a look at it, see what it looks like. I may want to jack up what I'm doing and change directions. But let's take a look at it. Cooking at 320 degrees, internal temperature is 161. The color's looking good. It's moving away from the bone there. That's looking very nice. I think we're doing great. What I want to do is flip this, put the skin side up. Let's see if I can get this. Let's see if I can get it to flip. I'm gonna have to have a spatula to do that. Y'all stand by. I gotta get a spatula. This thing falling apart. Okay, I've got a spatula. Let's see if I can get this thing rolled over. That skin is looking good on there. That's gonna make for some good pork rind. So we'll put this back on, shut the lid down, let it continue on. Everything's going just great, so just bear with us. We still got about another hour. All right, folks. We're at an internal temperature of 177 degrees. I'm ready to wrap this meat, put it on till it hits about 200, 210. So let's take a quick look at it. I did flip it a while ago, as you saw, and the color is just wonderful. So what I want to do now, move it out of the way a little bit, put some tin foil up here, get it wrapped up. And one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this skin off because I have plans. I have other plans for this skin. I just need to cut it off right here. Pull back the skin. We're going to set it to the side. Get this shoulder wrapped up, and we're going to get it back on this grill. Move the skin down here. Put our shoulder there. We're going to let this render on down a little bit more, and then we're going to bring up the temperature, and we're going to crisp this skin up, salt it, and enjoy it. So again, stick around. We're still working. Okay, folks, we got this done. Let's get this unwrapped. Let's get this pulled pork pulled, and let's make some sandwiches. We just finished halftime with the Super Bowl. Let's get in on some of this barbecue now. Ooh, looking good. Still steaming. We'll just pull a few bones out. A few more. You can see how it is. It's just falling apart. This is the way barbecue is done right. Now we'll just pull this apart. It is what we call pulled pork. Just got a couple forks here. Just move it around a little bit. Tear the meat apart. Pulled pork. Okay. Don't get no better than that. Now let's give us a bun out and make us a sandwich. Oh man, we got slaw, we got dill pickles, man, we got all kind of stuff. Let's get with this. Let's get us some groceries on the table. Let me tell you something. I can't help but just try this one piece right here. Let's try this one piece. Got a little bark on there. Don't get no better than that, folks. That is barbecue done right. Thank y'all for joining me today. You seen how I done it. Get out there and get you a shoulder. Put it on the grill, cook it. Don't get no better than this, y'all. Let it happen, Cap.